Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is 3-Chord Dave. Today we're talking about Gibson's brand new Les Paul Modern collection. Yes, they've got a new collection of Les Pauls. They're modern. Yes folks, I'm 3-Chord Dave, and yes, we're talking about Gibson's newest collection, the Les Paul Modern collection, which we're probably not supposed to know about yet, but we do anyway, so we're going to talk about it. So if you could hit that like button here on YouTube, that would be fantastic. And if you're on Patreon, just hello, how are you? Just leave us a comment if you don't mind. If you are still on YouTube as well, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's important. It helps the channel out. It really does. If you make sure you're subscribed, come and join us as well. The 3-Chord Dave Live, that happens on Saturdays. We're nearly at the 100th episode 95 this week, and yeah, it's very cool. So come and join us. 2 hours talking about music, guitars, on all kinds of things. Lots to talk about this week, so make sure you join us. If you want to talk about these guitars that we talk about, they will definitely be on the menu. And that's pretty much all I've got to say for now. I'll tell you about all the other reasons you should join our community later on, but for now, let's talk about Les Paul Moderns. They've been around for a while. We have them in Gibson variants and Epiphone variants, and that's all the variants we have so far, but there's new ones coming. Now, as I said, we're not supposed to know about these, I don't think, but a major European retailer posted these on their website yesterday, and they're still there, but you can't buy them or nothing. If you click into them, it says they're not available. So yesterday you could buy them, but today you can no buy them. So here we go. We'll tell you about them. We're going to start with the Les Paul Modern Studio. This is a very cool guitar. I like this a lot. It comes in Smokehouse Satin. For those of you who like Smokehouse things, Smokehouse Satin on your Les Paul Studio, but it's a modern studio. And this is probably the best value of the whole collection because it's got everything that the figured modern has, except for a couple of things. And those couple of things to me are not that big a deal. They're nice, but they're not that big a deal. So the specs of this guitar and the figured are mahogany body with a mahogany neck, an ebony fretboard, a maple top. Studio obviously has a plain maple top, the figured has a flamed maple top. Asymmetrical slim taper, ultra modern weight relief. The neck heel joint is a flattened body transition, which sounds not guitar related at all, but there you go. 2 volumes and 2 tones. The volumes are push-pulls for coil splits, and the tones are push-pulls for bypass and phase. Nashville bridge, hardshell case, Burst Booker Pro pickups in these guitars as well, Burst Booker Pros. And that's pretty much your Les Paul Modern Studio. There's only one Studio listed. It doesn't mean there's not other colors available, but for right now, all we can confirm is that the Smokehouse Satin is coming in Studio. I think it's a really nice guitar. It's €2,199. There's no American pricing out yet because I've only seen them leaked on this one, posted on this one European retailer's website. Now, if you were to push me and say how much are these going to be in United States dollars, I'd say $19.99 is where we're looking at for the Studio, and I think that's a fair price. I think that's a good price. I like it. $21.99 is still a decent price, but it's psychologically you're over that 2,000 barrier. People will raise an eyebrow or two. If you look at the Les Paul figured or modern figured, that's the luxury in this collection. That's the top of the line, and they're beautiful guitars. There is no doubt about it, but they're very little difference. Now first, let's take a look at them because they are beautiful. So here's the Seafoam Green. And the Seafoam Green has never looked better. It is a beautiful looking thing. It comes in the fairly standard named Cherry, but there's nothing standard looking about it. It's beautiful. It's a nice cherry finish on this flame top Les Paul Modern figured. And then the final one is the blue one, because of course they're going to have green and red. They're going to have blue as well. Cobalt Burst they've gone with for this. Yeah, I mean, okay, you're trying something. I like where you're going with it. It's exactly the same specs as the the Studio. However, obviously the flame top and the colors are different, and a bit of binding if you're into that sort of thing. Binding on the body and the neck, of course. Same ebony fretboard, a better maple top, AAA flame maple top. Yeah, but beautiful guitars, and same as the thing. These are a little bit more expensive. These are €3,399 on the website today, which is 1,200 more than the Studio. Again, the only difference really being the flame top and the colours and a bit of binding. It's a bit much for those differences, but I get where they're coming from. In comparison to other Les Paul Moderns and other even Les Paul models that are out there, I actually think it's not a terrible deal. I think the Studio is the best value by far in Les Pauls right now. Best value for what you're getting for the money, brilliant. But they're not the best of the Les Paul Moderns, and I'm excited for these other ones. Before we get into that, there is a great reason, I'm going to throw it at you right now, to join our other communities on other platforms. We have a Facebook group. Join that. Now, I know Facebook, whatever, it's not 2008 anymore, Dave, but our Facebook group has information about the latest Adam Jones signature Gibson. It's not a Les Paul. There's no art on the back of it, and it's not an Epiphone either, and it's something. So you want to know what it is, check out our Facebook group. We have confirmation of it. You'll see pictures and everything, and there'll be more in there as soon as we find out about it. So yeah, lots of cool Gibson news stories coming soon. We have a record on this channel of leaking especially Gibson stuff early, so if you're interested in that, join our communities, subscribe to the channel, think about joining the Patreon. That's all I ask. Now let's talk about these guitars, because the final ones are, in my opinion, the best, but they're also the most secretive. They haven't really left out a lot of information here, even on the website of that European music dealer who takes all my money most of the time. These are the Les Paul Modern LITEs, and I'm very excited about this because I like the idea of the Les Paul LITE. It's a very cool thing. They brought Les Paul custom lights out in the 80s, some snazzy colours. You can't pick those up for like less than $5,000 at the minute. They reissued them again, like I think it was 2014. It was either 2013 or 2014, so it's a good while ago now. Those go for about $3,000, and these are cheaper and they're cool, and I like them. Now let's take a look at them. First of all, we have the Gold Mist Satin, which I think is a beautiful colour. Now, before we have a look at these, I just got to tell you as well, the pictures even are not high quality, but these are the best I could get of these guitars. I think you'll get the idea of what they're going for. Some nice features. Let's take a look. So we got the Gold Mist Satin, and maybe the first thing you'll notice is the matching headstock as well, painted the same color as the body, and it appears the entire body and neck done in the same color as well. So Gold Mist Satin. Then we've got TV White. Those of you who are regulars to the channel know how I feel about white guitars. So there's the TV White one for those of you who like white guitars, and I'm moving on to the next one, which is Cardinal Red Satin. They're all satin, by the way. Cardinal Red Satin, which is fine. To me, it kind of looks like they just had a load of red paint left over and they decided to throw it on these. I still think it looks nice. Definitely the matching headstock makes it look that extra bit kind of cool, in my opinion. Now the two best colors of these are coming in. I can't decide which one I like better. The Inverness green satin is this one here, and I think this is a very nice color. They of course did the Les Paul color series, whatever they call them, standards a few weeks ago in Inverness green as well, so it's an in color this season, I guess, for your guitars. But also another very nice color they've brought out is Rose Gold Satin. I like this one. I think it's very cool, subtle and yet not subtle at the same time. Very nice colors. I think the colors and the collection here are going to bring people to pick up Gibsons. I think it's the one thing they've been missing, is something that will bring in new players to that Gibson market. So yeah, very cool move. There's a lot of other reasons why people will pick up Gibsons. But here we go. These ones that don't have the same specs as the other Moderns, okay? You got 490Ts and 490Rs in the pickup slots, and then you got a mahogany body, mahogany neck, no maple cap, and a rosewood board. Rosewood is fine, perfectly, not a problem with that whatsoever. And the Les Paul LITE traditionally would be a thinner Les Paul body, which excites me. I like that a lot, because these are going to be around 7.5 pounds. That's going to be the max, or should be around the max of what we're looking at, which is really good, and it should get you that Les Paul sound without that Les Paul back problem. So I really like that a lot. Oh, did I tell you the price? $15.99. Boom. That's what we've been asking for, Gibson. Again, in the US, I think you're probably going to get these at $14.99. I think that's a really good price. And yeah, now the catch is, right, again, we don't have all the information yet. All it said was comes in a gig bag. Gibson have a history with gig bags. Gig bags have been terrible from them, but if it's the soft shell case that they've had guitars in for a while, those are really good. So I wouldn't complain about that. But a gig bag, the canvasy gig bags they've put guitars out recently are terrible. So hopefully we're not looking at that. But at $15.99, this is a great move, and I give Gibson a lot of shit when they do stuff overpriced, or when they don't take into consideration customers spending money and how much things cost these days. I think we've got to be applauded for two things here in particular: the Les Paul Studio, the Modern Studio, being very good value for what you're getting in comparison to the other model that's come out alongside it, and bringing out the Lite at $15.99 in euros, probably $14.99 in dollars. I think that's a spectacularly good business move. Also, the colors and the way they're bringing them out, very cool. I like it an awful lot, and I got to applaud Gibson when they do something good. So well done, Gibson. Cesar, thanks for listening to me, man. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. That's been super cool. I want to know what you think of these and everything else Gibson related and other guitar related in the comment section below. Come to 3 Chord Dave Live and talk to us about these guitars, your thoughts on them. They'll be out in about 4 to 5 weeks, according to not Thomann, the other one. Let's just pretend I didn't say that. The European retailer of guitar music stuff. Anyways, my name's 3 Chord Dave. I got myself in enough trouble today. I'll catch you on the next one. Be back with another guitar related video very soon. Until then, take care.